Hello, everyone, and good evening, or maybe it's closer to morning where you are, or if it's good afternoon when you're watching this. I hope it's a good one, no matter what time of the day it is. How are you today? Well, I'm hoping to get about an hour and a half of sunlight this evening to do some repairs in the garden, particularly in this bed. I need to raise the bed so that these broccoli leaves can grow past this height of this net. So now if they're touching the net, I need to raise the hoops. So that's one of the things I'm going to do today to this bed. And then there's a second bed that I need to uproot the amaranth because it's overtaken by worms. So I'm going to uproot that and replant. Yeah, so that's what's going to happen this evening before the sun goes down. So how are you doing, guys? It's 4:06 p.m. here. What time is it where you are? Maybe close to midnight, some of you? Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you so much for coming. I'm going to be lengthening these 5 hoops to raise this bed so that the broccoli here can grow to its maximum potential. So that's what's going to happen here this evening. So I hope you'll stay, you'll watch, and maybe learn something today. Okay? So that's what we'll be doing today. Just working in these 2 beds. Thank you for coming, and I hope you will leave a thumbs up, and if you have not yet subscribed, please go ahead and do so. Help the channel grow if you think it's worthwhile. All right, so I'm going to lengthen just one side, this side of these hoops. Like this. Good to see it. I want to see how much I can get done before the sun sets. And this is how high it's going to be now. Now, I hope we have enough netting to cover this distance. Okay, just about it. Just about. Yeah, it's a lovely, lovely day, lovely evening right here in the garden. Thank you for coming. Thank you for your time, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I'm lengthening this. I'm actually raising these hoops so that these broccoli here can grow to its maximum potential, because right now they're touching the nets. So they need room to grow. That's what I'm doing now. I'm adding another hoop to each of these. And it's a good thing because there are 5 hoops and I only have 5 left. So hopefully that will take care of the situation. Put you right here and get you out of the sun. Thank you for coming. Remember your thumbs up, ladies and gentlemen. And if you have not yet subscribed, just go ahead and do so. What are you waiting for? No need to wait anymore. See how easy that is? I just put it in like so. And then attach the middle. See, can you see the top? Or do I need to put you up some more? Oh, that's good. Yeah. So that's what I'm going to do to each of these. What time is it where you are? And the good thing is, if I need to go up some more, I could just do that. See that space right there? But right now, I don't need all of that space. Same thing here. And these hoops are very flexible, which is what you need. And this is what keeps it in the middle, this little thing right here. And the hoop goes right in here. All right. Dan, good evening, good evening. Thank you so much for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. I know it's about sometime after 11 p.m. where you are. But thank you for stopping by as usual. Yeah, I'm lengthening these hoops to give the broccoli more space to grow. It's growing right on top of the nets right now. So I need to raise it so it gets higher. Yeah. And that's the one thing I'm going to do in this bed. And in the second bed, I'm going to uproot the amaranth because it is full of worms. Uproot that and replant some other seeds that I have. I have just enough for this. And this is what it looks like now. See how high it got? See? Thank you, Dan, for the reminder. Friends, please like and subscribe for the Charles Fort Lauderdale Garden. Thank you very much. Yeah. So now I'm going to clean up under here where the broccoli is and then cover back the entire thing with the net. And by the way, do you know that broccoli leaves can be eaten? Yeah, you can cook them when they are young. And to me, it tastes just like collard greens. And I'm thinking maybe I should water this a little bit too. Let's see. It looks dry. It's not moist. I'm just taking off the leaves and dropping them back in for compost. Pruning and getting off the decayed leaves. And I think most of it was happening because the net was right on top of it. All right. I'm going to put this back on. And I think we have just enough space in the net for this height. Yeah, we have enough room. Because it was actually made for this height anyway. Okay, so let me fix you so you can see the entire thing. Thank you for your time. And thank you for your thumbs up. And those of you who have not yet subscribed, go ahead, you won't regret it. Subscribe. And I know that according to my analytics, many of you are watching thinking that you subscribe, because you come back every day. Some of you who thought you'd subscribed and thinking that maybe you were unsubscribed accidentally. But sometimes that happens. So go ahead and make sure it's not you. Check to see if you have subscribed. Okay, I even have more space if we need to raise it more. But I don't have any more of the pole to do that anyway. But we have a lot of room where the net is concerned. So I'm just gonna clip it down so that the wind doesn't blow it off. Because then the pest will get in. Okay, I like what I see. Yeah. What do you think? Dan says in Transylvania, Romania is 23:15. That's 11:15 and 1 degree. Wow. Yesterday you said it was 5. Now it's 1 today. Wow. What temperature is it here? It's about 80 degrees here. 80 degrees Fahrenheit. See how much taller it is now? And the broccoli leaves are not touching the top of the net. Very nice. Thank you. Thank you, Dan. All right, so that's one assignment finished. The second thing I want to do before the sun goes down, and the sun will go down about an hour and 15 minutes, I'm going to uproot these callaloo / amaranth because the worms have taken over. And by the time I discovered it, I guess it was too late. Not only worms, but I see moths. So I'm going to uproot these. And we have more seeds right here. Uproot them all. I'll show you up close what it look like with the worms. Oh, let me get my gloves because I don't want to transfer whatever comes off on my hands to another plant. Yeah. And these, once I uproot them, I'm going to put them in my mulch bed. So I need my container to put, you know what? Here's an empty container right here. I'll just use this. Yeah. Thank you for your time, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. I'm going to show you what they look like, why I really need to uproot them. Okay, I also need my mask. When you're working in soil like this, you have to protect your lungs. Yeah. So I put my mask on. I'm going to show you what it looks like up close. These wormy things. Check this out. It's very nice and interesting garden. Yes, thank you, Dan. See how the worms eat this up? So I'm just going to take them out of their misery and clean up this bed and replant. Today is a perfect day for planting too. Because I give away a lot of my crops, and I cannot give away crops that full of worm. You know, most times though, when they have worms like this, you just wash it in salt water. But no, I can't really give away anything looking like this. Mm-mm. And for those of you, if it's your first time, stick around and I'll show you the fruit trees and other plants and vegetables that are in the garden. So stick around. The soil here is very, very rich because underneath the soil, we planted kitchen scraps. Mm-hmm. And lots of weeds are in here too. In this bed, we also have tomatoes. Check out these. There's a tomato. There's a tomato on this one right here. Hold on. Right here. That's a tomato. And here's one of over here. But over here, we have cherry tomatoes. Ah, over here are cherry tomatoes. That's a bunch of 1, 2, 3, 4. How is everyone doing? I hope you're doing well. Let's get this net out of the way. This is a very nice, healthy one. Should I leave it there? Looks very nice. This is a Oh, it's a colored green. All this time I thought it was broccoli. It's colored greens. We have a colored greens bed right over here. Almost finished here. This looks good too. Let me see if there's any worms here. Yep. Let me show you what the worms look like. It's very small, green. Check this out. There it is. A little curly thing right here. They eat up amaranth. They love amaranth. I think I'm just gonna pick up those because I have a feeling that they're gonna attack these too since they're already in the garden here. And I don't want them to get to the tomatoes. I need to trim this tomato plant. Let me trim this tomato plant while I'm here. Yes, folks, Dan's reminding you of what you should do. Go ahead, it's free. It is free to subscribe and leave a thumbs up. Yeah, let's take off the decayed leaves and give the plant, allow the plant to use all the energy to go into the good part, the healthy part of the plant. This cage is leaning. Yeah. So let me just clean up this bed a little bit. You know, get rid of the weeds and turn. Let me get my shovel. Loosen up the soil a little bit. And then I'm going to the seeds and water them, or I could wet the soil first too. It makes it easier. When you wet the soil first, the water into the roots and go exactly where you want it to go. Now the seeds I have was from last season. Don't know if they're even going to grow, but you don't know until you try. Until you plant them, you won't know. Thank you for coming, ladies and gentlemen. That's the soil right here. So I think I'm gonna wet first and then put the seeds in. Yeah. So let me get there. I'm gonna get the hose. Give me a minute. Bring the hose. All right. Here we go. All right. So I'm gonna get ready now to plant the seeds. And let me show you what they look like. These seeds were from last season. And so some of these seeds are from the red callaloo. Some are from the green ones, and some of them are from the tricolored ones. So I'm just gonna plant them all in here and see what happens. What I notice is that the tricolored ones and the red ones, especially the red ones, they don't grow very well here. It takes a while, sometimes 3 tries before I get them to come up. So I'm just gonna dig some holes. You don't even have to drop them very far. You don't have to dig very deep at all. Not with callaloo, or you may know them as amaranth. Just dig some holes and drop them in there. And in 5 to 7 days, you should see something. Here's what they look like. Small seeds. See there? Those are actually seeds. Yeah. So I don't know what color is in each one. I'm gonna drop them in, and whatever comes up, comes up. I take off my gloves so it's easier to do with my fingers. See? Just gonna drop all of that in one hole. A better chance of something coming up. I'm not even sure if you can actually see what's going on down there. Can you see? Okay. Yeah, it's good enough. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. Yeah. Huh. Well, well, well. This is a very healthy soil. Look, stuff moving. A snail. A little snail shell. Look at that. Yeah. You want to see these things in your garden, you know. These are the kind of things you want to see, these organisms. When your garden is moving, there's life. So that's what was happening. The dirt around was moving, and I looked closely, and that's what it's coming out of its shell. It was doing. And you know what? This is a snail. This looks more like I'm not sure. It could be a caterpillar. You don't want this in the garden. So let's hold on to it there. Because it will eat up all of your leaves. So tell you what, I'm going to take it over by I'm taking it over. I'll take you with me to the mulch bed. Oh, I'll put it in the mulch container here. The thing. Yeah. Let's take it to the mulch bed. It can do whatever it wants to do over there, but not over here. If it's your first time, the mulch bed is over here on the other side of the garden, where we make new soil. Right here. Yeah. There you go. Find a good place for it. You can turn the soil there and make some good stuff. If it's your first time here, this is one of our papaya trees. And here is a second one. If you like what you see, give a thumbs up or subscribe. And I'll show you more over here. Oh, and here's a big one ready to be harvested. I think I'll do that tomorrow, God's willing. This one is ready. Not ready to be eaten, but ready to be harvested so that the birds don't come over here to eat it. And here's another tree. And here's another. And another one. It's a young tree here. Oh, since I'm over here, I'll just take you over here on this side. This tree is our ackee tree. We some late ones coming up, but we've harvested all of our ackees already. These are just late ones coming up. And we have a dwarf East Indian mango tree. Thank you for coming, ladies and gentlemen. You like what you see? Give a thumbs up. And here's another young papaya tree. And over here we have a bunch of bananas. Yeah. And this tree is a regular avocado tree. And the reason I'm saying it's regular, because we have a dwarf one. Right here, we have harvested 3 huge papaya, not papayas, avocados from this one. And over here we have one of our many pineapple beds. Yep. And our coconut tree. This one is bearing coconuts for the second time. Urban Backyard Container Gardener. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming. Just doing a late gardening here this evening. And here is yellow yam grown in these containers. It has its own trellis this palm tree here. And we have another bunch of bananas here in the corner. More banana trees or plants. And here is another bunch. Oh no, this is our biggest one this time. Thank you. Yeah. We have more banana plants here too. And here's another dwarf mango, but this one is a Julie. And here I call this our container pineapple garden. We have harvested 3 pineapples from this about 2 or 3 months ago. And this tree is bearing fruits for the first time. This coconut tree. Coconuts. And we have a young, this is plantain right here. Plantain tree. And this is a sugar apple, or otherwise known as sweet sap. We've had one sweet sap this season, and it was delicious. And under it, we have our volunteer plant, meaning it grew on its own, really from kitchen scraps. Look, mini peppers. And this one has several on them. Several mini bell peppers. Last time we harvested some tomatoes from under here too, but we also planted these 3 pineapples. And over here are some sugar canes that we planted 2 weeks ago just to get them started. They're going to be moved to a different part of the garden now. And, oh, this is that banana in the corner over there. And right here is our star apple tree. Not star fruit, star apple. From the custard family. Where are you from? Or do you mean where am I from, or where is this garden? This garden right here is in Florida. D. D's asking what makes pineapple plants produce? What makes them produce? 6 hours of sunlight daily. 6 to 8 hours of sun. And if you want to know when they produce, now when you plant them for the first time, it takes 12 to 18 months to get your first pineapple. And after that, if you leave the plant there, you'll get one every year. Yeah. And this is our compost bin where we make good soil. We had well, for those of you who've been here for a while would have known that we had a beehive in there that made a very big honeycomb. So the beehives tend to come there this is the 3rd time. So what we did was close the hole that they usually come through, like right here. That's the hole they will come through to make. So we're trying to get them not to come over here. Yeah. This is a jackfruit tree. Did you try the hornet's nest? No, I didn't try that. Yeah, I remember you told, yeah, I remember you said it. No, we didn't try. But they're gone now. But now I know that, now that you say that, the fake one, I did go online to see it, and they do sell them, you're right. This is a jackfruit tree. And the jackfruit takes 5 to 7 years before it starts bearing its first fruit. This tree is 5 years old. So who knows, we may be getting some jackfruit soon. This is a cherry tree. It's called the Barbados cherry. Wow, look at that bird up there making all that noise. I think it's a blue jay. It's right here in the middle of your screen. But wherever I go in the garden, that bird follows me around and wanting me to know that she's there, making her presence known. Yeah. And this is the bed I just repaired. Well, I'm not really repair it. What I did was raise it so that the broccoli leaves can go to its full potential. Here is our, I call this our volunteer sweet potato bed because we didn't actually plant these slits. These slips. Oh yeah, yeah, I see you. I see you. These slips came up from our last harvest. After we harvested, there were a couple, maybe potatoes that were left in the ground, and the slips started growing rapidly. And by the time we decided to move it to another bed, it started to blossom. So we just left it there. Very soon, in a week or two, I think we'll be able to um, harvest them. Here is another of our pineapple bed. And there's a couple that I didn't show you on the other side. But this is one of them. And in between, we have okra. Okra is between them. I harvested one okra yesterday because this plant was affected by the cold weather. These plants, the okra plants. So I had to really prune away, trim off the decayed leaves. They were almost looking like they were burnt. So that's what happened. And even some of the blossoms just started shriveling up and fell off after the cold weather came through. So they're coming back to life now. And there is more to the garden, but let me go ahead and finish planting these colorless seeds and then I'll show you the rest of it before the nightfall. Okay. So um, let me finish here and then I'll show you the rest of the garden. Thank you for your time, ladies and gentlemen. I really appreciate it. If you like what you see, remember your thumbs up and give subscribe if you have not yet done so. Okay. So we got rid of that. Looked like a slug. Can't afford a slug in the garden or a caterpillar because they will eat off everything. Especially tomato. See, these are tomatoes over here. And maybe that's what he was trying to get to. So I'm glad I dug up here because overnight, these things do their work at night. Next morning, you wake up and you're wondering, how did this happen? So that is why it is important that you monitor your plants daily so you can catch whatever may come your way that you don't want. You can work on it really, really fast. Now, you and I are going to be observing what kind of callaloo grows in this. Is it the red one? Colored ones, because that's what's in the container here. So the seeds all look alike. You can't tell which is which. So in about a week, we'll start seeing something coming up. Notice I put quite a lot in there because sometimes nothing comes up. I plant these now. Next season, I probably won't have to plant any more. They will just come up. When it starts raining a lot, yeah, the seeds will come up on their own. So let's just take the entire bed and turn it into a callaloo bed. You may know them as amaranth. Same thing. Once a month, next month, God's willing, I'm going to do my second garden trivia. The first one was a success and everybody told me that they like it and I should do it every month. So when I'm talking, I'm teaching at the same time because those are the questions you're going to hear. You know, I may ask you, what is another name for callaloo? And callaloo is also known as amaranth. We had a fun time on that live. On the garden trivia live. Oh, this is a mango seed. That was something that was in our kitchen scraps. I'm gonna shake off the seeds from here. More. Go. A lot of seeds. It doesn't take a lot for these to grow. Because callaloo or amaranth is a type of weed. And as you know, weeds grow fast. I think I have enough callaloo in this bed here now. Just do one more row and that's it. Now, the only thing that let me tell you what's going to happen tonight. When the raccoons come around, raccoons, are rodents and they love to dig. So I'm going to put back that netting right here. When the netting is on, they avoid it. But if I leave it just like this, they're going to come in here and dig it up. That's what they do. They don't bother with this. They're not eating the crops. They just dig in because that's what rodents do. So I don't want to give them any ideas. I'm just going to cover it like I did before. And they just simply walk around. So let me cover this up. At least if they come, they won't dig up the whole bed. Okay. All right, now, so I'm going to go around and show you the rest of the bed. Oh, I was looking for this. This other. This keeps, there are loops at each corner of the net, and this is what I put in there. Did you graft your mango? No, we bought it, the seedling, just like that. Yeah, that's how we bought the seedling. So they're dwarf. Okay. Yeah. So that's that. That's in there. So now I'm going to show you the rest of the bed. One moment. Let me just remove my seat out of the way. Oh, I said the rest of the bed, but I mean the rest of the garden. Okay. All right. So the rest of the garden. Over here, the habanero, hot pepper, in this container. I harvested a red one yesterday. There are green ones on it, but I like to leave them until they change colors. All right. And here are my little green onions. I just snip off when I'm cooking. Here's another tomato plant. And these are our first time growing these type of mini bell peppers. Notice how the leaves are green and white. And so the peppers come like that too. But then they change color, red, and then you don't see the whites anymore. More okras. This is one of the okras that was damaged by the cold weather. You can see the leaves, how it curls up. Yeah. More peppers. This one is big. Mhm. And these are just ordinary bell peppers. These leaves are not the red and not the green and white ones. Here is our beans, string beans section. See all these? We have lots of uh, blossoms on it, which means very soon we will see blossom. See that cat? That's a stray cat. It comes by all the time too. Right there. Do you have Cajun bells? They are delicious. No, I don't have any Cajun bells, D. Maybe next, if I see them next time, we like to try new things. So if I see them, sure, we'll get them. That's the pole beans bed. And the name pole means it has to be on trellis, on a pole to keep it going. And right here, yesterday I harvested a whole lot of Swiss chard. Let me harvested yesterday, so you're not going to see much of it. But Swiss chard is very easy to grow and easy to prepare. It only takes about 10 minutes of sauteing. Yeah. Let me get this back in its place. Keep the pests out. Here is another coconut. This is supposed to be bearing fruits for the first time, but the coconuts fell off during the heavy winds and during the cold. We have just a few. Don't even know if those are going to survive. You know. But this is first time, and that usually happens in the first time they bear fruits. Here is another papaya. Can you tell that we love papaya? Papayas and pineapples are very plentiful in this garden. This is a guava tree. And we have some young guavas on it. We have already harvested a whole lot a few months ago. Now, another set is coming up. Ooh, there is one or two that's ready. Wow, I didn't even see these. Look at that, see how easy it came off? What does it taste? Are you talking about the Swiss chard. Swiss chard to me tastes just like spinach. And it look like this will be ready too. Or if not today, tomorrow. Definitely tomorrow. Oh, let me see if there's any more. We have lots of small ones. Yeah, the Swiss chard tastes like spinach. If you close your eyes, you think you're eating spinach. Spinach. Small ones, small ones. We've had to trim this tree the other day. I hate to trim when there's fruits on it, but it was just too much. It was going right into this, our Nesberry, our sapodilla tree. And this is loaded with fruits. So we had to trim one of them. And so the guava tree took the brunt of that. This is loaded. Everywhere you look, there are fruits. Everywhere you look, there are fruits. Have you ever had sapodilla or Nesberry? You may want to know what it tastes like. To me, think of a pear, the fruit, the pear, and think of adding some sugar to that pear. You got the grittiness of a pear and the sweetness of sugar. That's what it tastes like. That's the best way for me to describe it to you. Nesberries or sapodillas, they're all over. I don't think we've ever had so many on this tree before. But it's good. That means more people will get. All right, here is a very small, where is it? Small plantain. Hey, we have about 2 over there, 3 here, and 2 there. It's the smallest bunch of plantains we've had. And here's a small banana. And another small banana. Well, a little bit bigger than this one. And this is the papaya I showed you from the other side. More plantain plants, not bearing any fruits yet, but it will soon happen. All of these over here are plantains. Here is another papaya. Let me trim off this leaf right here. This leaf, this branch. Plantain, plants, another plantain plant. And wherever you find plantains or bananas, you're going to find suckers. That is why you will never have to plant another banana plant or plantain once you plant one, because suckers will always come up. Here's a sucker right here. Here. So what we have done, we have dug up some and given them away. People ask us for suckers all the time. Suckers are always around. Here's one right here. Look at this, yeah. So you will always have bananas or plantains. And that's how they grow. Here's more suckers down there. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes, so I took you over here already. So this is the extent of the garden. We were going to plant something down here, but then we decided not to. So I have to cover that hole because I don't want any of the animals to fall in there when they come through the night. We have raccoons and stray cats that come through. And one of the cats belonged to our neighbors. They fall. Here's some more papayas. And you know it's going to bear fruits. So look at those blossoms. If you ever have a papaya tree and it just grows and grows and grows, and you're seeing nothing but it just keeps growing, no blossoms or nothing, you likely have a male tree. Just chop it down and start again. This one is in a container. So you don't need yard space to grow anything. Anything can grow in a container. Because you see, we have this papaya in here. And you remember I showed you the yam growing in these containers? And this yam is a volunteer yam, by the way, meaning we found it in one of our pineapple beds. So my husband dug it up, and this is what we had at the time, these 2 containers. So the yam doing pretty good. So you can just plant with your see containers, pineapples in containers. Anything can grow in containers. Anything can grow in containers. Yeah. And this tree is a hog plum tree. We have had to trim this many times. It keeps spreading and spreading and spreading. And we'll know when it starts getting ready to bear fruit, when all the leaves fall off. The papaya tree here, this is the only papaya tree that was affected by the cold weather. You see the leaves? Curls up, turn yellow. The good thing is the fruits were not affected though. Only the leaves. Papayas cannot tolerate very cold weather or very hot weather. Can't tolerate it. So I was gonna wait until tomorrow to pick this. But since I'm here, I'll just go ahead and do that. Look at that. Beautiful. Mm-hmm. Oh, I think we have been harvesting papayas quite a lot. We have about 5 already. I've given away 2 today, and I'm gonna give this one away. Yes, folks. And in the evenings, sometimes we come right back here and watch the sunsets back here. And I'm gonna set this up. So I can do that. I love to watch the sunsets. How about you? Sunrise and sunset are very beautiful. Look at that. I love it. So we had 1 harvest, 2. This and the papaya. Thank you for your thumbs up, ladies and gentlemen. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yes. And check to see if you have subscribed already. Maybe you're one of those people who thought you subscribed, but you didn't. So check yourself. Check yourself. Yeah. Oh, I need to check this bird feeder here. Sometimes the food gets stuck. Okay. It's good. That's good. Now we have all kinds of birds. For those of you, if it's your first time, all kinds of birds come through here. We have doves, blue jays, cardinals, grackles, and parrots. Yeah. You should go check out the video on the parrots. Well, there's a live. There's also a video or a short. The parrots come to visit quite frequently, sometimes up to a dozen. Yeah, the sun's supposed to set about 5:29. It's 5:10 now. And about 80 degrees. 80 degrees Fahrenheit. I thank you again for coming by. Thank you for your time. Thank you for watching. I'll be here taking advantage of the sunset, enjoying its beauty. While I see some okra leaves that I need to trim. I'll do that while you watch the sunset with me. Sound like somebody's doing some outdoor work as well. You know, working in the garden, the best time is early morning or late evenings. Yeah, it's not too hot at that time. Early mornings. Frank Rice, Mr. Abba, you must eat the okra leaf, you know. Oh yes, yeah, yeah. I've never had it, but I've heard people mention it. Yeah, many of the leaves here are edible. We have sweet potato, the leaves can be eaten. We have broccoli, the leaves can be eaten. In fact, the broccoli to me tastes much like collard greens. Yeah. So a lot of the, thank you, Dan. Thanks for the reminder. A lot of the brassicas are good for eating. And for those of you, if you don't know, the one pest, two types of pests are very active in the garden, used to be uh, white flies and aphids. Okra, sweet potato, cassava. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right. Cassava too. Yeah. And so I've been using for the first time cloves. Cloves, that spice you use in your kitchen. And I'm telling you, for example, this bed right here, sweet potatoes, whenever I would do this, all you would see are white flies just jumping out of it. Not one white fly. And I've had this bed going for 4 months now, or even 5. But I've been using the cloves that I found that the Amish group, you may like, yo, may like your garden. All right, Franklin said, did you subscribe? That's a subscribable kind of talk, you know. Thank you so much. Yeah, so the Amish, that's what they use in their garden. Ah, and I said, oh, yeah. So I used it. It works for me. And so I'm telling everybody else. Even this, let me come down here. You see this string beans bed? When I do this, when I used to do that, pure white flies. No, not even one. None. The the bell peppers, they love them too. And the tomatoes. Oh, white flies love tomatoes. And when I check the back of the tomato plants, no evidence, nothing, no white flies. So I think the only thing I can come up with that caused that is the cloves. I put cloves in the garden every 3 weeks. Plant some mango. Well, don't you see the mango I showed you? Some black avocado. Oh, oops. Sorry about that. Yes, I showed you 2. Well, maybe you weren't around when I walked around and showed the 2 dwarf mango. One Julie, one East Indian, and oh, I forgot to show you the Otaiti apple tree. I didn't show. Okay. I have also, what did you say? You know what? Let me take you off of this thing and carry you in my hand. Um, Plant some avocado. I have 2 avocado trees. Let me show you then. I guess you weren't here. I'm going to assume that you weren't here. So I'm going to go over here and show you. One regular avocado tree, which is a big one, hasn't started bearing fruits yet. But early this year, it blossomed all over, which means that it will soon start bearing avocado. And this one is a dwarf tree, which gave us in January 1 large avocado, and 2 months ago, 2 large ones. So let me take you out now to show you the otaite. You know, that otaite always gets neglected because it is outside of the garden. So let me show you the tree. The tree is back there, but I'm going to close up to show you the otaite. Hasn't started bearing yet though, but we bought this as a very young seedling, and this was about 4 years ago. And here's the otaite. We have trimmed it already too, because when the tree is getting out of hand, you have to trim it. You don't want it too much. So, can't wait for this to start bearing fruits. Yeah. Oh, and I didn't show you the June plum. Oh, the June plum is on this last end of the harvest. This June plum have been bearing fruits. It's a dwarf tree as well, and it's been bearing fruits since January. This is what's left. And when it starts looking like this, you see how leaves are gone? They're going to start coming back like this and start bearing more fruits. Oops, too ripe. Yeah. And this papaya decided to take over in it. So, you know, we just left it there. Let it give us some fruits and then we take it out. Oh, this is our herbs bed. These are basil, parsley, thyme, oregano, and we have some green onions in there too. Sapodilla? Yes, yes. Where were you? Where were you? You came to class late. You came to class late. That's why you didn't see the sapodilla. But I'm gonna show you anyway. All right, so get that back on. All right. For the latecomers, here's the sapodilla tree. This one is loaded. Congo pepper. I mean, I have peppers that I don't think they're Congo. Lots of sapodilla on this. And when these, I'm telling you, they are so sweet. This tree bear very sweet fruits. Congo pepper. Yeah, it's loaded. So as I was saying earlier, we had to choose between pruning either this tree or the guava tree. And we had to settle on the guava because the sapodilla has so many fruits. They were growing into each other too much. So we had to sacrifice this guava tree. But the guava tree always bears a lot of fruits too, so we weren't worried about that. Yeah. Yeah, we have peppers, but I don't think it's I don't know what the Congo, I'm gonna have to look that up. Here's the peppers we have over here. First we have the habanero, the hot one. There's some green ones there. And these are some mini bell peppers. But this variety is the green and white leaves. And the fruit comes out green, but when it changes color to red or orange, the whole thing is red or orange. Oh, the chocolate habanero. Okay. No, this is not the chocolate one. No, the habanero, but not the chocolate ones. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Dan is encouraging you. Please, can you do what Dan says? He says, like and subscribe. Dan is watching us from all the way from Romania. He's 7 hours ahead of me right now. Really should be in his bed. Yeah, but I thank you for reminding them. And the sun is going down. Sun is setting. Do you have married man pork? I don't know what that is. You want to explain it for me? Don't know what that is. Yeah, look at the sunset. Beautiful. Mm. Romania, yes. Danny said he has a garden in Transylvania. But that garden can't do anything now. At what, 1 degree? You said it's 1 degree. Must be that garden, I'm sure, is dormant. Trinity College. Oh, Shadow Benny. Yeah, Cuban oregano. Yes, I know what that is. Shadow Benny. Yeah, they eat it a lot with their roti, their curries. Cuba, I have oregano, but it's not the Cuban one. I have the Greek one, the Greek oregano. In that herb box that I just showed you. Yeah, the Greek oregano. The Shadow Benny is just too strong for me. Yeah, like cilantro, too strong for me. I have like an allergic reaction to it. So I don't plant it. Make our famous cook up with married man pork. Yeah, I'm sure you enjoy. See the skies. Darkness is about to fall. But now in Romania is November and 0 degrees. November, yeah, it's November 25th for you, I think, because it's after midnight, right? Not everyone cook with it though. It is kind of strong. Okay, okay. 0 degrees. Very cold. For me, that's very cold. I don't know. I'm sure you're used to it by now, Dan. You're used to it. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I'm grateful that you all came by and watched me work in the garden this evening. I think I'll do it again in the morning. Today I had an appointment, couldn't do it in the morning, but hopefully, yes, I should come out in the morning because I need to whack away some, I need to use the weed whacker, whack away some weeds. So I'm going to say thank you so much. And Dan, there goes trying to remind you again. But I thank you for your time. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your thumbs up. Thank you for subscribing. And if you feel that that is not enough, just become a member. Click the join button and help the channel grow. Will you? I'll see you next time. Right here, hopefully tomorrow, right here in the Charles Fort Lauderdale Garden. Thank you again. Take care of yourself so you can take care of others, because self-care is healthcare. Bye now. Bye, Dan.